I've been in the life insurance industry for 26 years. I've watched a lot of fights inside of it. I've never watched anything like what's happening right now. A two-time NASCAR champion, Kyle Busch, passed away sadly 3 months after settling a major lawsuit against one of America's largest life insurance companies. A husband, a father, 41 years old. In the industry I've worked in for over 2 decades is eating itself in public. Attorneys versus agents, term crowd versus permanent crowd, IUL crowd versus everybody, posts going up, posts getting deleted within hours. Meanwhile, the family at the kitchen table, the one trying to figure out how to actually protect their own kids, their family, the people they love and care about, is watching all this on social media and doing the worst thing they could possibly do. They're just walking away from that financial decision. Today, we fix that. I'm Money Smart Guy Matt Zapala, and let's get started. In 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Who are we? Hey, 7-figure squad. Where we go? Run it up, run it up.
6 days before his passing, Kyle Busch won a NASCAR race at Dover Motor Speedway. May 15, 2026, the Craftsman Truck Series EcoSave 200, he dominated it. Like he dominated this sport for the last 2 decades. Two-time NASCAR Cup Series champion and more wins across NASCAR's 3 national series than anyone in history. 5 days later, he was testing in the Chevrolet Racing Simulator in Concord, North Carolina. He collapsed at work. They transported him to a hospital in Charlotte. May 21st, his family released the news. Severe pneumonia had progressed into sepsis. Rapid, overwhelming, he was gone. Husband to Samantha, father of 2, 41 years old. Before we go anywhere else with this, I want that to sit in the room. A husband, a father, a champion. We honor him first. Kyle Busch and his wife Samantha paid Pacific Life over $10 million in life insurance premiums. According to the lawsuit, they lost $8.5 million of it. October 2025, federal lawsuit, Western District of North Carolina. According to the complaint, they purchased 5 separate index universal life policies between 2018 and 2022, over $90 million in death benefit protection in Kyle's life. I covered it over these series here. Watch these 2 videos here to reference it. Pacific Life argued in a motion to dismiss that the Bushes signed disclosures, agreed to hold these policies 30 years through age 70 and beyond, and surrendered them too early. February 26, 2026, confidential settlement. Both parties walked away. One independent industry analyst, Bobby Samuelson, at the Life Product Review, published a detailed analysis of the policy design back in November of last year. Now, I want to be straight with you. I have not personally seen the signed illustrations. I've been looking for them, and neither has the public. But Samuelson's published analysis raised questions about the policy design choices, specifically around coverage configurations that push a target premium dramatically higher than alternative designs would have. He's a respected voice. Mind you, he's not the only voice. That's one professional's published view. Take it for what it is. It's one source. Because the real story, the one nobody on YouTube is telling you, broke last week. Last week, of a few days after Kyle Busch's passing, his attorney broke his silence. And what he said flips this entire story upside down. His name is Robert Rikard, lead counsel for the Busch family in the Pacific Life lawsuit. Within hours of Kyle's passing, the internet started screaming that the family was uninsured. That surrendering those Pacific Life policies as part of the settlement meant that Samantha and the kids walked away from tens of millions in death benefits right before they needed them. And Rikard responded publicly on LinkedIn, still up. He said, I'm quoting, "The Busch family did not walk away from their coverage. They replaced it with better coverage." He said the family retained an independent insurance specialist, a senior executive at a major national financial institution, who evaluated the entire portfolio and recommended a structured transition to replacement coverage, providing, quote, a substantial lifetime death benefit. 2 of the Pacific Life policies had no value left and were terminated. The rest had already been exchanged for more suitable coverage before Kyle ever got sick. Now, I want to be careful here. There are still questions about who was advising this family throughout the whole journey. Plenty of them. I'm not in a position to answer all of them, neither is anyone else outside the room. But the bottom line message from the attorney is clear. The family was not left exposed. So if the family was protected, why is the life insurance industry eating itself in public right now? Watch what's been happening on LinkedIn in the past few weeks. Pro-index universal life voices attacking the Busch family's attorney. Posts went up accusing him of giving Kyle's bad advice. Some of those posts got published and then deleted within 48 hours. Anti-index universal life voices using this tragedy to bury the entire product category. The whole life crowd attacking the index universal life crowd. The term only crowd using it to attack whole life and index universal life. The experts, and I'm using that word loosely, out there contradicting each other in real time, loud, very confidently, but wrong. You want to know who's really to blame for the confusion? It's not Pacific Life. It's not Kyle Busch. It's not even the Busch family attorney, even though I have my questions. The real problem is bigger than one case. It's an industry that has too many new agents who learn to sell on Instagram before they learn the actual product. However, great marketers, very sharp and good looking on camera, however, light on actual experience. And it's compounded by something else. Some of the same carriers, the same companies whose names you see on those policies have shifted away from the kind of deep, in-depth training they used to invest in. They'll send wholesalers across the country to push their products to agents, but the investment in developing people, actually training advisors to understand what they're actually selling, that's not what it used to be. By the way, that's the big reason why people are coming to us. For training, for coaching, for mentorship. Now, you combine these two things, and what do you get? You get a generation of agents with different perspectives going to war with each other on the internet for business. While the actual consumer, the actual potential policyholders, the family at the kitchen table gets caught in the crossfire. And the casualty isn't Kyle Busch. The casualty is a parent watching all this noise, confused and overwhelmed. Guess what happens when the mind is confused and overwhelmed? It doesn't make a decision, and they drop coverage or don't even apply for coverage entirely. They get stuck procrastinating. They're deciding to, quote, think about it, leaving their kids and loved ones financially exposed. Now that's the body count, and it's a lot bigger than that one. There's a verse in Proverbs that explains everything you just watched. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 20. Walk with the wise and become wise, for the companion of fools suffers harm. 2,000 years before LinkedIn, 2,000 years before YouTube, 2,000 years before X in social media, God already knew what the loudest voices in a room would do to you. Somebody is in your ear about your money. Somebody is talking about your life insurance, and somebody may be talking about your protection, your family's financial future. Somebody's in your ear. Might be your brother-in-law who watched 3 videos on YouTube, knows everybody and everybody else in the family. It might be a guy who slid through in your DMs. It might be a flashy agent on Instagram quoting numbers that don't match the page he just showed you. It might be your old friend from high school who joined some MLM agency, and by the way, no fault to them, and suddenly became an overnight expert because he's not using any field training or certified trainers to help him out because he's trying to wing it and do it himself. Or it might be a seasoned advisor who's been doing this for 2 decades and asks you 20 questions before they ever recommend a single product. Well, the question is simple. Are the voices in your ear wise, or are they just loud? Or do you get confused just because it got likes and shares? Before this episode is over, I'm going to put free resource, a free decision guide in your hands at no charge, no upsell, no expectation. The same term versus permanent decision guide that our team uses with our clients. Included is the DIME method, the situation grid, the self-check profile, the plan sizing rule. I want to give you this resource for free. The same tool I give my own son, my own family members, if they're sitting right across from me at this desk. Stay tuned. We'll give you a link to it. I get DMs every day from entrepreneurs, from agents, from fathers, asking questions that need real answers. Not internet opinions, not Reddit threads, not LinkedIn fights. Real answers from a real professional who's actually built what you're trying to build. And that's why I'm on Connect. You can book with me directly. It's my guaranteed way for me to get back to you. Voice message, text question, video call. You want to sign something? Hey, ask me before you sign. Already signed something and something feels off? Ask before you surrender it. Stuck and you can't tell who's steering you right? Hey, hit me up on Connect. The cost of being right matters more than the cost of the call. Link it in the description or scan this QR code to get direct access to my Connect profile. Now, here's a bigger story underneath all this. America has a retirement crisis. And let's go over this reel with some data. It just dropped. It makes this Busch story look like a warning shot for all of us.
How old are you?
I am 23 years old.
What do you do for work?
I'm a professional golfer.
Have you started investing for retirement?
I actually opened up a Roth last year. I only have about $300 to $400 invested in it.
Did you just catch what that pro golfer just said? He says he only has several hundred bucks saved and put inside a Roth IRA. On his face, that's a respectable answer. Good for him for putting it somewhere with the tax wrapper. But here's what nobody told him, probably never will. In 2026, if you're a single filer and your modified adjustment gross income is just over $153,000, guess what? Your Roth IRA contribution starts phasing out. Above $168,000, you cannot contribute directly at all. Married filing jointly, the phase-out limit of your income kicks in at $242,000. Above $252,000, guess what? Gone. Your ability to contribute to Roth IRA with its tax advantages, bye-bye. A pro golfer's earning potential isn't even a question. The minute he wins a couple events, guess what? His Roth IRA contribution window, bam, slam shut. He doesn't know it, and most people don't. Why? Because the people in his ear are great marketers, again, light on experience. And that golfer, he's not alone. A survey from PensionBee dropped that last week, and the headline number should embarrass every one of us. Only 12% of American retirement savers have enough money set aside to last more than 10 years in retirement. That's it, 12. And 13% couldn't survive 1 month on what they have saved. Let me repeat, what you just saw, that's not a typo, that's data. This is not a market problem. This is not an inflation problem. This is a flat out stewardship problem. The average American is living to 80 plus years old, retiring at 65. So a 25-year retirement on 10 years of money, at best, hello, you think that's a problem? See, math doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care about your political party. It doesn't care about what your financial guru on Instagram told you. Math collects. People talk, but numbers scream. And nobody's sounding the alarm because everybody's too busy fighting on LinkedIn about whether IULs are scams. Meanwhile, 88% of you are going to outlive your money. Kyle Busch passed away, sadly, at 41 years old. Didn't have time. Most Americans will live to 80 and won't have money. Two different problems, same root cause, no margin for the moment that arrives without permission. One man didn't have time. Most Americans won't have money. Both stories preach the same sermon, and bottom line, stop waiting. And while data says most Americans will make it 10 years into retirement, half of America is making it worse on purpose. Let's check this out.
Apparently, recession warnings come with your Costco membership because Costco just said something we should all be concerned about on a recent call. Costco's CFO has said on a call that they're seeing people shift away from more expensive proteins to cheaper ones. What does that look like at Costco? People are moving away from beef to chicken to canned tuna. When Costco sees these trends, they acknowledge that consumers are under tremendous financial pressure.
Let me tell you what I heard this week. I was having a cigar with a friend of mine who's raising cattle in Oklahoma. He told me he's selling his cattle right now for 3 times the price of what he was getting before. 3 times. He was shocked too. He said, watch out how much the price of steak is going to cost you in the next 90 days. Now, that's a great problem to have if you own the cattle. It's a brutal one if you're the family at the grocery store buying some ground beef for the same kids you fed for half the price last year. That's what the data looks like when it hits the kitchen table. The Costco shoppers in that clip switching to canned chicken, beef just tripled at the supplier level. That's not crazy. They're just doing the math. Now, stack this on top of it. Allianz Life Study, end of last year, and its numbers should make every American pause. At 51% of Americans stopped or reduced their retirement contributions in the last 6 months. 59% are prioritizing healthcare costs over retirement. 68% record highs in the stock market didn't reflect the reality. Do you know why? Because they don't have enough saved. Half of America just quit on their own future. The market hit record highs. Half of America respond by how? By quitting. Weak hands sell at the bottom. Disciplined hands buy in the dark. You see, that's not an economy problem. This is a discipline problem. You'd be excited to get involved in the market right now. It's also a who's in your ear problem because nobody in the financial influencer space is telling people the truth about consistency. They're selling you the dopamine hit of the next hot trade. Now, you won't fix this with a hot stock tip. You won't fix this with a viral reel. You won't fix it by quitting when the headlines get loud. You fix it with infrastructure, with discipline. And you fix it with the right people in the right seats around you. Now that is stewardship. Now, I told you I gave you the worksheet. Here it is. The term versus permanent decision guide, 2 pages, absolutely from me to you, free. Page 1, the dime method to calculate exactly how much coverage not anybody else, not the people down the street, that your family actually needs. Plus, I got a situation grid showing which type of life insurance coverage fits which life insurance situation that you're in. Here's page 2, a 4-profile self-check so you know whether you're protection first, you're a build plus protect, you're a cash flow and control, or if you're a legacy builder. Then there's a plan sizing rule of thumb. Then a strategy summary. So if you want this worksheet, type protect in the comment section below. My team will get it out to you, send it to your email, no charge, no upsell, just a worksheet. James chapter 4, verse 14 says this: what is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. Kyle Busch, powerful, is a mist. He went to Dover on May 15th and sadly was gone by May 21st. 6 days. I don't know how many days you have. You don't either. And I don't know how many days I have. But here's what I do know after 26 years in this business. The loudest voice in a room is not always the right one. The agent with the best Instagram reel is not the same as an advisor or an agent with the actual experience. And the family at the kitchen table, confused by the noise, tempted to drop their insurance coverage entirely, that family is the only thing that matters in this whole conversation. Your circle, the people you listen to that influence you, matters more than your contract. Your stewardship matters more than your salary. Your discipline matters more than the market. Don't let the loudest voices push you into doing nothing. Protect your family. Again, type protect in the comment section below. I'll send you the worksheet absolutely for free. I'm Matt Sapal. I appreciate you for tuning in. Please put your biggest takeaway in the comment section below. If you haven't done so yet, hit like, subscribe to this channel, and please put your biggest takeaway in the comment section below. That being said, from Dallas, Texas, I'm your money smart guy, and until we meet again, continue to live smart, continue to love smart, and be money smart today. God bless you.